What's up and welcome to the channel. So today we're going to be working on this 2000 C5 Corvette. What I'm going to do is, as you look in there, my brakes are toast. They're rusted, they're ugly. Basically what happens is when I wash the car, I pull out of the car wash and you hear this each time you hit the brakes. It's horrible. Everybody turns and looks and it's very embarrassing. So what I'm gonna do is I went ahead and got some brakes ordered up, and we're gonna go ahead and do a short video. I'm gonna go ahead and show you how to put them in. Let me show you what we're working with first. So what I did was ordered these up. They're from Approved Performance, and what's cool is they're powder coated around the outsides. I got the fronts right here, my pads, and my rears. And these are drilled and slotted. And what's cool about them, like I said, is they got the powder coated ring. The inside part here is all powder coated. We'll see how they work. If anything, they're better than what I have on there, because what I have on there is horrible. At first I thought, you know, maybe I would get some caliper paint and paint my calipers. Then I decided I don't know what accent color I want to throw on this car. So I'm going to leave that until I figure that out. And then later on I'll come back in and I'll paint the calipers. That'll be another video. I'll show you guys how to do that. Just don't know where I'm going with this, if I'm going to leave it black. Kind of have an idea to wrap it. I just don't know what color yet. So I don't want to paint the calipers and it not match what I'm doing. Then I'll have to resand everything back down and start all over again. So better off just to do it all at once. So first things first, I got my new little jack here from Harbor Freight, which is really cool. It's a low profile jack. See how low that is? It's going to make it really easy to slide up under that car and lift it up. And then I'm just going to throw some jack stands under it. I'm going to take all four off the ground, loosen up my lug nuts first so I can pull off my wheels. And I have other videos I'm going to shoot, so I just happen to be off work. Got the car here, got a lot of parts. So if you are not a subscriber, you might subscribe so my new videos will pop up if you like this kind of stuff. And we'll go ahead and get to it. Okay guys, what I did was I jacked up the car and put it under jack stands, or put jack stands under it. Got the wheels up off the ground, so I'm going to go ahead and pull each one of the wheels and tires off so I can access the brakes. Okay, looking at the front caliper, you're going to go to the back of the caliper. You got this bolt here on the very top, and you got the same one on the bottom right there. What you'll want to do is you'll take a 16mm, slide on the inside right there. You take a 15mm and turn separate ways. And that's going to release this top one. So we'll go ahead and pop that one out, pop the bottom one out, and then we'll go on to the next step. Okay, now that I got both those bolts off, I'll go ahead and remove that and place it up here, out of the way. As you can see, it's somewhat newer brakes on this. I just think that the rotors are just shot by the look of things. So next thing you're going to want to do is take these off here. 13/16 is fitting it, so that's what I'm going to run with. You got one up top here and one on the bottom here. You're going to remove both of those, and then this piece will slide out. Then you can get your rotor off of there. Okay, once you get those bolts out, you just go ahead and remove this. Set that aside, and then pop that right off, and don't smash your finger like I just did. I'm just smashing fingers all over today. So there's that one. We'll go ahead and start installing the other one. I'm gonna see if I have some brake cleaner, I hope, and we'll get this put on, the new one put on. All right guys, now what I got is the caliper upside down. You got these two pistons right here that push against the brake pads, and what you'll want to do is just, they have a tool for it, but I don't have the tool, so I'm using this little vise or little clamp. Put it in between there and just squeeze it down until it goes somewhat flat, so it allows enough room for your new brakes pads to get back in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and tighten this down on both sides, scrunch them both down so I have enough room, and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, now that I got those both collapsed, I'll go ahead and take the new disc brake and put it on. It's gonna look a lot better. I don't have any brake cleaner though. It sucks. I don't get to clean everything up, so it is what it is. I don't want to run all the way into town to get it, so we're just gonna do this. Normally, spray the ever-living hell out of everything with brake cleaner, make sure it's all clean. Damn it. Anyway, let's move on. So we're gonna go ahead and put the pads in the calipers now. So after you get your disc on, you want to slide this back into place. So put your bolts back in, just the main mount ones. And then we'll go ahead and slide our disc pads into place. Okay, so with the brake kit comes this package of grease. And what that's used for is to put on the other side of your calipers. Just spread it evenly. All over all 4 of them. Make sure you're doing this on the inside, or I guess you'd say the outside, not the inside. No, do it on the pad itself, or you're gonna have some problems. Smooth that around. Make sure it's evenly coated. And then we'll be ready to put it on. And remount these things. Put the pads back on. Now what you'll want to note is on this side, on one of these pads, it'll have a little clip, which I'll show you. That goes to the bottom down here. Looks like this. See that little clip? Down. Right there. That's going to go on the bottom inside. So just remember that when you're putting it back together. So now all I gotta do is just take the caliper, bring it back up, slide it back on, put those 2 bolts back into place, and this one's done. Then I can move on to the back. There's a complete product. Now we'll go on and move on to the back. Okay, back to the same exact way. Bolt here, bolt down here, just the same as the front. Big bolt here, big bolt down here. This would be a 21 millimeter. Your inner bolt's going to be your 16. This one's going to be your 15. Pop that off just like the other one. Pull this off. Take that out, pull that off. And then we should be able to release the disc, the rotor. That thing's shot. And get the new one on. Okay, so got the rear one off. Just know that these big bolts here, they can be a pain in the butt. Be careful, don't strip them out. This one actually has more of a drum brake on the back because this would be what your e-brake is. So careful when removing this one. As you see, my pads on that are pretty rough too. Somebody must have been having fun with the e-brake. So I'm going to go ahead and put the new ones on. Same procedure as the front. Exactly. All right. Got all the brakes done. I'm going to move on to my other projects now that I have the car up on the jack stands. But as soon as I put this back together, I'll show you the break-in period and what it looks like when it's done with the wheels on it. So stay tuned for that. Okay guys, I'm out in the middle of nowhere, so I can show you guys the car. Brake job's done. What I did was I drove up 45 miles an hour, hit the stop down to 15 miles an hour, did that 5 times. Then I drove her for 5 minutes, let her cool down. Well, that's looking good. I need to take her in to get her washed. Also what I got done, I didn't shoot a video on it because my car's got a lot of different stuff on it that normal people's doesn't, but I got the new lights up front. Go around back, I went ahead and blacked out the rears. Got these side markers. Tighten up my exhaust. Look inside there. I installed a new shifter. Jack skeleton. I got a lot more to come with this car. I'm probably gonna be tearing the nose apart on it because I'm missing some parts up there. So I'm gonna tear it apart, fix it right, put some new tires on the front, and then I'll just start doing whatever else I got left on it. So if you're not a subscriber, subscribe. It sure helps me out. You know, I make these videos for shits and giggles. It's nice to have subscribers so that I can hit that 1,000 mark. Other than that, hit me up in the comments. Tell me what you think. I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you.